Hi, welcome. In this video, we will solve problem largest number. Largest number. So given a list of non-negative integers, okay. So we have a list of non-negative integers, nums. Arrange them such that they form the largest number and return it. So since the result may be very large, so you need to return a string instead of an integer. Okay. So we will return a string, not an integer. You can see some examples like 10 and 2. Okay. If I basically create one number just by joining them, so the maximum number will be 210. Okay. The next example is 3, 30, 34, 5, 9. Okay. And if I will create one largest number among them, it will be 9, 5, 3, 4, 3, 3, 0. So now let's look at these examples more clearly. So here you can see we have two examples. Let's take one examples one by one. So in the first I have 10 comma 2. Okay. So the possibility of two numbers will be one can be 102. Okay. And if I simply swap them, it will be 210. And here 210 is the largest. So that's why 210 is the answer. Okay. And there are many examples of it. Suppose I have 8 comma 80. Okay. What are the possibilities I can create numbers? So I can create 880 and I can create 808. Okay. 80 then 8. So again here, if I'm just checking which is the largest number. So this is the largest number. Okay. This will come as the largest number. So most of you, like most of the students or most of the learners think that we can solve this question by simply join them. Okay. So first of all, here you can see there is something a bit different is happening, right? So I am joining like this. So 8 plus, when I'm doing 8 plus 80, I'm not simply doing 88. Okay. What I'm doing string concatenation, right? So basically it will be 8, then 80. It will be behave like a string. Okay. I'm joining as them as in a string, right? Like if I'm doing 80 and 8, that is also sum is as 808. Okay, not 88. Okay, so there is some string concatenation. Okay, okay. So now one of the approach, like most of the learners think that we can solve by simply arrange them in a decreasing order. So suppose if there are two numbers like 1, 2, 3, or suppose more numbers, right? Right. So the largest number will be formed like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So 54,321. This will be the largest number. Okay. And yeah, that's true. Here, if I simply check, the largest number is this number. Okay. That is come by simply decreasing, arranging them in a decreasing order. Okay. But if you are decreasing, let me put it here. So the approach one is saying that arrange in descending order. Okay. But this approach is a failure. You can see in these examples only, right? So here 10 and 2, if I arrange them in a decreasing order, it will be 102. Okay, which is not an correct answer. Okay, one example. Second example, here you can see 880. If I arrange them in a decreasing order, it will be 808, which is again not a largest number. Okay, let's check out this example too. So I have numbers something like this: 3, then 30, then 34, then 5, then 9. If I arrange this two in simply descending order, okay, what I will get 34, 30, 3, sorry, 9, then 5, then 3. Okay, that is again not a largest number. Okay, this is not a largest number. So now what we can do, how we can come to this part, this approach is the complete failure, how we can arrange them. So again, the best answer here it is like how we are checking it. So suppose we were having two numbers, okay, 10 comma 2. So how we were checking these numbers? So there are two possibilities, okay. So one, let's take like this is the first number and this is the second number, okay. So I can simply add first plus 2, okay. First of all, I can do a string comparison. I will simply make them in string and join them. So first plus 2, I will get 102, and then I can do 2 plus 1. Basically I will put 2 first, then 1, then I will get 210. Now again, these all are string concatenation, okay, string concatenation. So now when I created these two things, these will be the only two things between the numbers, okay. Now I can easily compare, is 102 is greater than 220? No, right? 102 is not greater. Or tell me like, so if so this is the first, uh, and this is the second term, okay. First is coming as it is. I am not doing swapping. Okay. I am not doing any swap. So no swap here. Or I will simply mention no swap. Okay. And here we have swap it. We have interchanged it. Okay. Here we have interchanged it. So I can simply compare between the second and third. So like this, you can mention second and first, or string one and string two. Let's suppose string one and string two. Okay. So I can simply compare, is string 2 is greater than string 1? Okay. So string 2 is greater than string 1. Yes, that is a true condition. Okay. So what I will do, I will basically do a swap. Okay. I will do a swap and I will rearrange them by a swap. So I will make it 210. So this is how, and once I did a swap, I will simply join them and this will be my answer. Similarly, let's take one more example. Okay, that is 80 and 8. Okay, again, the possibility is of creating the two strings. Okay, so str1 will be 1 plus second number. Okay, so it will be 808. And then str2 will be second number plus first number, that will be 880. Okay. Now I will compare, is string 2 is greater than string 1? Okay. So yes, it is greater. So that means there is a need of swap. I will swap them. Okay. So it will become 880, and yes, that will be my answer. So you might be thinking that this is possible only in the numbers, like only when there are two numbers. Let's take one example of let's take an example of 3. Let me also check. So let's take one number of 3. So suppose I am taking 10, and then I am taking suppose 2, and then I am taking suppose 71. These are 3 numbers. And what will be the highest number from these? Okay, let's see. So it will be 71210, right? This will be the largest number. Okay, this will be the largest number. Now let's quickly check it. Okay, how we can form this. So again, how many numbers we have? 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so in the first, let me put with the indexes. Okay, here we can mention the indexes 0, 1, 2. Okay. So what I will do, again I will first compare between these two. Okay, I will compare between these two. Okay, what are the possibilities we will get? Okay, we will get string 1 plus string 2. So let me compare first. String 1 will be 102. String 2 will be 210. Right? Remember that I am adding the first plus second, and if I am doing swap, second plus first. Okay. These will be the numbers. Okay. Again, I will compare, is string 2 is greater than string 1. Okay. Is it so? 210 is greater than 102. So again, I will compare 210 is greater than 102. Yes, it is greater. So what I will do, I will swap it. So what I will do, I will swap these numbers. So now my arrangement will be something like this: 2, comma 10, comma 71. Okay. Now what I will do, I will compare these two numbers. Okay. Is it in the correct order or not? So what I will do, I will again create two possibilities. Okay, one can be 1071. Okay, first plus second, string one. Okay, second possibility will be 7110. Right, again, is string two is greater than string one? Okay, so yes, that is true. Okay, what we will do, we will swap them. So I will swap them again. 7110 will be my final arrangement. Okay, so now the order will be something that's 271 and 10. Now from the our answers, from our my answer, you can see my 10 got the place. My 10 got the place here. This is arranged, but this is not arranged. So what I will do, I will again check it, right? Again, we will swap them. Okay, how? So again, I will compare. String 1 will be 271 and string 2 will be 71. Okay, which is greater? String 2 is greater than string 1. Yes, that is true. So what I will do, I will swap them and it will become 702. So now the next arrangement will be, okay, 71210. And if you can see, this is our largest number. This is our largest number. So basically what we are doing, we are also sorting them, right? We are using sorting condition. We are using sorting condition. But now, so basically what we do in sorting condition, we will swap the elements, right? We will swap the elements. We will take a call of swapping or not, right? But we are not swapping on the basis of number value. Okay. We are not swapping on the basis of number value. I will say this is not we are doing. What we are doing, we are swapping them on the basis of string value. Okay, string value. Okay, so we are swapping them on the basis of string value. Okay, so even if I am taking a largest number, let's take this example 330, 34, 59. So I have a number 330, 330, 330, 34, 5 and 9, and let's see like if we able to make a largest number or not. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and what will be the largest number? Let's put our answer here. Okay, so the largest number will be 9, then 5, then 34, then 3, then 30. Right, this will be your largest number. Let me check. Yes, this will be your largest number. Okay, so we need to come up with an solution of this. And what we will do, we will do sorting. Now in sorting, you can do any method, right? Any method. You can use inbuilt sorting. Okay, and then you can use any bubble sort. Okay, you can do selection sort. You can do even merge sort. Right. Okay. So the time complexity will depend on the what type of sorting you are using. So, right. So if you are coming with bubble and selection sort, the time complexity will be big of n square. If you are using inbuilt, okay, that has a time complexity of n log n. Okay. If you are using merge sort, okay, that has a time complexity of n log n. Okay. So now the time complexity of this problem will depend on the sorting algorithm that you are using. Okay, but the solution comes with the comparison of string value. Okay, comparison of string value. Okay, this is what we are doing, not a number value. Okay, so now let's quickly see how this will come as an answer. Okay. So So let's take one by one, and I will try to apply bubble sort, right, to make you understand, right? So I will apply with bubble sort, and then we will see how this will perform, right? Okay. So now let's move to the next screen so that I will get a good space. So let's see. Here we have an array. Okay. And this is our answer, and we will compare these strings. Okay. So I will do it with bubble sort. Okay. But it will be same for all the things, right? You can do with merge sort, you can do with inbuilt sort. Okay. So the code we will going to write, we will write the most optimized code. Okay. So we will do the inbuilt sorting. But in inbuilt sorting, it will be difficult to make you understand how this is working internally. So I will explain by this example. So the first number will be 3, 30, 34, 5, and 9, right? These will be our numbers. So what I will do, I will take these two numbers, right? My jth term and my j plus 1 term, right? My jth term and j plus 1. So tell me, 330, what are the possible comparisons? 330 and 30, 303, right? These will be two strings. 330 will be the 1 plus 2, and 2 plus 1 will be 303. Which is greater? Which is greater? 330, right? 330. So we won't do any swap, right? We will make is it as it is, right? We won't do any swap. Okay, we will move forward. Okay. Now what we will do, we will compare between these two adjacent 30 and 34. So what are the possible strings? 30, 34 and 3430, right? So which is greater? 3430, right? This is greater, this is not greater. So what I will do, I will do a swap. So if I do a swap, it will be 3, 3, 4, 3, 0, 5, 9. Again, I will move, right? So you can see from here, I am moving here. Now I will move to these elements, right? 30 and 5. So what are the possible combinations? 305 and 530, right? So 530 is greater, right? So what I will do, I will swap them. So if I swap them, it will be 334, 530, and again what I will do, I will move between these elements 30 and 9, right? Now 30 and 9, which is greater, 309 or 930? 930, right? So what I will do, I will simply swap them. Again, I will swap them. So 334, 5, 930. Okay. And now you can see that I have got the last element sorted as per my requirement, right? 30 is at the last position, and this is what I want, right? This is 30. Let me create it. So this is 30, right? So I got the last element here, right? This is now sorted. Now let's move with these elements. Okay. So now this much is sorted. 3, 34, 5, 9, and this much is sorted. Okay. Again, we will start like in bubble sort, J2, J plus 1. Okay. Again, I will start. These are two numbers, 3 and 34. Which is greater, 334 or 343? Okay. 343 is greater. So what I will do, I will swap them again, right? So if I am swapping them, it will be 3, 4, 3, 5, 9, and this will be sorted. So now this is sorted, like this is swapped. Now I will compare between 3 and 5. So 3 and 5, 35 and 53. Which is greater? 53, right? So what I will do, I will again swap them. So if I swap them, it will be 3, 4, 5, 3, 9, comma 30. Okay. Now again, so there will be 3 and 9 now. Next number, 3 and 9, because we have sorted. So what are the possible combinations? 39 and 93, right? So which is greater? 93, right? So what I will do, I will simply move 34, 5, I will swap them, 9, 3, and 30 will be as it is. Now you can see we have reached to this point, right? We have reached to this point. Can I say my 3 also found its correct position? My 3 also found its correct position. Yes. So now from this, I will say my this much is now sorted. Okay. My this part is sorted, 330. Now let's check out for the rest of the elements. 3, 4, 5, 9, and this is already sorted 330. Okay. Again, I will compare between 34 and 5. Right. These are two elements. Okay. So let me clear this up. Like this. So it will be, so 34 and 5. So 345 and 534, which is greater? 534. So what I will do? I will swap them. I will swap them. Okay. So it will be 534, 9, comma 330. Right. This is already sorted. 34 and 9. Okay. These two elements. So what is the possibility? 349 and 943. Which is greater? 943. So what I will do? I will do a swap again. So it will be 5, 9, 3, 4 and 330. Now again, can you check? Is 34 found its correct position? Yes, we are at the last, and yes, 34 found its correct position. So now this much is sorted now. Okay. 3, 4, 3, 3, 0. My this much is sorted. Okay. Now only two elements left, 5 and 9. Again, I will check what are the possibility, 59 and 95, which is greater? 95. So again, what I will do? I will swap them and it will become 95, 34, 330. Right. And now this much path is sorted. Okay. Because we have done it. This much part is sorted. You can see 5 also found its correct position. Now there is only single element left in unsorted part. Okay, single element left in the unsorted part. So can I assume that this is sorted now? Because when single element is left in the unsorted part, that remains sorted. Alright, that will be sorted. So here my array completely is sorted, 9434330 with the largest number, and you can see we got it. Okay, we found it. So basically, instead of comparing, so suppose if I simply put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So instead of in bubble sort, what we basically do, we compare adjacent elements, right? Is 2 is greater than 1? Yes, it is greater. So then do a swap. Okay, simply swap them, right? If we are arranging, so we compare the values, but here we are comparing the string. We are concatenating string, right? So I am always making a number with, suppose I am creating string 1, okay, as number 1 plus num2, okay, and then string 2 I am creating as num2 plus num1. Okay. So this is how I am creating it, and this I am doing string concatenation, right? So again, remember when I'm doing 9 plus 5, it is not going to be a 14, right? It will be 95. Okay, string concatenation. Okay. So again, as I have mentioned, right, you can do with any sorting algorithm, right? So if you are doing with bubble sort, again you will get an acceptance, but the time complexity will be big O of n square. If you are doing with inbuilt sort, okay, if you are doing with inbuilt sort, then what will be the time complexity? Then it will be big O of n log n, okay, and we are not taking any space. So space complexity here big O of 1, no space we are taking here. Okay. So now let's quickly check how we can write the code of it. Okay. How we can write the code of it. So in the next video, we will do the code implementation part of this question.